What's going on, guys? JD at JD's Custom Buggies, and want to show you something real quick. This is something that we just we're starting to make here, and we're going to be selling on the website. And what it is a shock relocation bracket, shock mount relocation bracket for rear shocks on a Yerf dog. Just want to give you a quick demo and see how it works. I'm going to try and do this one-handed, so the camera work might be terrible. A couple things that I put some thought into. First of all, as I was making these, or at least trying to make a set from one Yerf dog to the next, and you guys might have noticed this if you've ever done a little bit of fabricating and stuff or measuring on your Yerf dog, is they're not very consistent. So my problem was I would make one mount, it would be too tight for one Yerf, and take it over to another Yerf, it might be too loose, and then one might fit perfect, and that got to be a problem. And the reason why it got to be a problem is I wanted a good tight fit, and I wanted to be simple. I wanted you to be able to mount this thing on there with one bolt. So I'm going to attempt to do this one-handed. Camera work might get shaky here. So what I'm doing is I'm not going to even put the nut on it. I'm sliding it in there, and there is going to be a spacer that goes in there, so as you cinch the nut down, it will not crush the stock shock mount. But as you can see, we got a little slot there, and if I put this on another Yerf, it might be too tight. So what I didn't want to do is send out brackets and have people have to hack stuff up or anything. So what we did was, again, this is with no nut on there on the bolt. But we got this little adjustment bolt at the end, and you can tighten that up and lock down your jam nut. And all the slop is gone. And as a matter of fact, there's no nut on there, and this thing is not moving one bit. And now at that point, you'll have a spacer in here. You can cinch down your bolt, and that thing should be rock solid to be able to mount your shock. The bolt hole's been relocated 2.5 inches up. And the other thing is, I decided to go over the shock mount like this for two reasons. A, to have a place to mount it. And B, made it wider because a lot of guys use blaster shocks as an upgrade, off a Yamaha blaster, and we have one here. But the blaster shocks are very wide mounting, and there's some shocks out there that are like this. Fox podium shocks for a Polaris Predator are the same way, about 1.25 inches wide. So going into a stock mount, and we'll look, you can see from a stock mount to how much wider this is. Now, I don't have a solution yet for your bottom mount, so one thing you could do is cut one side off and put a bent piece of, like make a tab and have a little bit of bend and welded to a swing arm. I've done that myself before. Or maybe we'll come up for her bottom bracket also. But as you can see, now with this relocation mount, and it's a good tight fit, but she will accept a blaster shock. So, and this hopefully will keep guys from basically jacking up their swing arms. Everybody wants a little bit taller shock or a better shock, and trust me, there's anything better than the shock that comes on a Yerf dog stock. So unfortunately, the lengths that they come in, there's really not too many great shocks out there in a 12-inch. So this will allow you to bump up your length to find yourself a better ATV shock. Now, a lot of shocks will fit in these mounts. So what do? Basically what you'll have to do is take some washers on either side as you're putting the bolt in. So maybe split the difference. I don't know how many washers it might be. It might be 3, it might be 4, it might be 5, depending on the shock. And just split the difference. If it's 6 total, put 3 on each side, or whatever you need to do to get your shock to line up with your mount. But that's the gist of it. They're going to be sold in pairs on the website, and they'll be up there soon. So check it out, scottbuggies.com. Thanks for checking out the YouTube channel, and subscribe if you haven't already. Talk to you guys later.